Well, hello, everybody. I'm here with the lovely Michele Gibson, who runs the Michele Gibson team. Clever team name. Michelle's a rock star realtor, and we're excited that she gets to share about her team here today on our Team Hub interview. So, how you doing, Michelle?
Doing well, Donnie. Doing well. It's a great
Fantastic.
day.
Fantastic. Well, Michelle, tell me a little bit about your history, kind of how long you've been in real estate, kind of some of your success that you've had over the years.
Okay. Well, I started in real estate about 35 years ago. I kind of stopped
No, but
counting
you're only
after
like
30.
39 years old, Michelle. How does that happen?
Yeah, right. I wish. Actually started with some builders, selling in the Leesburg and Ashburn area, Richmond American and Ryland. So I have about a decade of experience working with the national builders. Took a little sabbatical in between to become a loan officer. Not much of a sabbatical. Went back into real estate after about a year, but it was good cross training. And then decided, full time, full speed ahead with general brokerage. So, yes, it was over 30 years, but I've got a lot of different cross training experiences between the national builders, being a loan officer, and then, of course, being in general brokerage. So,
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent. So, a fun fact about Michelle, and I'm going to ask what area you work out of right now in a second, but a fun fact about you is that I don't know if you know, you still get this designation, but you were the agent that helped me finally cross the border and say, all right, we're going to open in West Virginia. Michelle was this fantastic realtor that had all this production, and she was transferring over to us, but she's like, I'm coming, but you need to open in West Virginia. I said, I'll do it if you join. And then all of a sudden we joined in West Virginia. Now we're number one in West Virginia. So thank you
I
for getting
love
me
it.
off my butt there, Michelle. So what
Oh,
office are you
thank
based
you.
out of, and where do you do kind of most of your business, would you say?
I've been licensed in Virginia longer than I have been in West Virginia, but I pretty much do majority of my business is in Virginia, maybe like a 70-30 Virginia, West Virginia. I've gone down as far as Richmond. I've gone up as far as Martinsburg, out into the Romney, West Virginia area. And I try to, I've got a listing now in Waterford in Loudoun County. So I pretty much encompass, probably about, an hour or so radius from the Winchester area, give or take a half an hour. And, every now and then I'll get a seller that wants to go a little bit, farther out, but
Sure.
that's pretty much
Fantastic.
yeah.
So your team right now, it obviously has you on it. How many other people are on your Michelle Gibson team right now?
Well, so I've mentored a lot of people over the years. The last person on my team, she actually got married and moved to New York.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and I mentored her from not knowing anything to getting her real estate license. Brought her on the team, and she was doing great. But then got married and went off to New York. So I'm looking for, I'm not looking for a huge team. It's going to be more of a boutique, type situation where I've got, quite a bit of leads, and I like to teach. I like to help people grow, and so I am mentoring. I've got a couple people on my team right now that help the team with social media, transaction processing. So I have a lot of support that
Great.
I can offer
Yes.
somebody that wants to join.
What is so ideally you're looking to kind of grow that team with some team members, some realtors. What's your vision?
Mhm.
One realtor, two realtors, four realtors? What do you want that to look like? Is there like a minimum qualification that they need to have? Kind of what is that ideally? What does the Michelle Gibson team look like in 6 months or a year, ideally to you?
Ideally, I would like to have three agents on the team. Like I say, I don't want a big team. I'm just looking for, like I do travel, and so if I'm out, being able to refer people over, have some, boots on the ground here if I'm traveling, and then always wanting to like help people grow. So no minimum requirement if they're a new agent and they're looking to, expand their business and have more of a one-on-one type, mentor. Instantly, they would be on the Cardinal Nest. So that's a huge benefit. Instantly, I'll have, two people behind the scenes that are helping with social media advertising and, helping to prepare contracts and process transactions. So a lot of support and a lot of training, from my end that I'm willing to give to somebody that wants to join the team.
I love that. So you mentioned you have a lot of leads. Is that just because you have a successful business, or do you do any kind of separate lead generation activities or buying like,
Mhm.
and you don't have to. A lot of teams are built on like, hey, look, we're going to help you build your branch, whatever. But what do you envision like helping people get leads, or they get their own leads, or kind of what does that look like to a new team member coming into your team?
A little bit of both. I can only. I think one of the other agents said it best. I want to teach somebody how to fish. So, I mean, yes, I'll definitely have leads. I've got a huge referral business. I've got thousands of people on my KV core. I get a lot of repeat business. I also, I'm with Realtor.com, Fast Expert, Zillow, all these different, lead generation sources that I pay for to supplement. But there's nothing that takes the place of just good old fashioned, getting up in the morning, making the calls, and I'm here to help go through the scripts and make calls and help teach people how to fish for their own leads, as well as providing leads.
I love that. I love that. What would you say are some core values of like, you know, your team or your business, or what you would want core values or characteristics to be, when it comes to new
Mhm.
people joining your team?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, having the honesty, being able to trust each other, being able to accountability. I mean, if I do send somebody a referral, I expect that referral to be, followed up with. But just open communication. I mean, I'm kind of one of these people that, hey, you can call me pretty much, any day, any time, and I'm going to get right back to you. So if somebody gets into a jam and needs to, hey, how do I deal with this client, or I need to write this contract? Can you help me, go on a listing appointment? Absolutely. I
Right.
think that there's just got to be a lot of trust and a lot of communication, and setting the right expectations.
I love that. I love that. Well, lots of good stuff here, Michelle. And you've been a pros pro for a long time and just crushing it on all of our leaderboards. And I think partnering with you would be a great way for people to really learn the business, grow their business. And yes, you'll have some follow up opportunities from your success that they can benefit from. But just the learning how to build a great business and make it, if you're if you're already doing okay, you can do much better. If you're kind of newer, you can get into that next category, with a great leader like Michelle next to you. So I love that. Last minute, anything I missed, anything you really want to make sure anybody watching this video knows about you, about, considering joining the Michelle Gibson team or anything like that moving forward?
Well, I think that it's, going to be a matter of, everybody's different. Everybody has different needs, different expectations, as far as the splits go and all of that. I'd like to say I'm very fair. If somebody's got their own business that they're bringing, to the team, definitely, we take that into consideration. And I think that, just having a good one-on-one conversation, let me help them with their business and they help me with mine, and together as a team we're promoting each other. And that's kind of the spirit of Samson. I think is one of the reasons why I joined your company, is you guys have such a great team of people that want to lift each other up and build each other up, and that's what I'm about too.
I love that, Michelle. Great answer. And I think that's true. It's like we build teams to make each other better, right? Like you're going to lift up their business, they're going to lift up yours, and you get that better, brighter future together. So I think that you're already
Exactly.
crushing it out there. I think if you were to build up the Michelle Gibson team stronger, that your team members will certainly benefit, and you as a team lead will flourish through that help of others as well. So, Michelle, thank you for everything you do for Samson. You're a great supporter and a great pro here that we really value. So hopefully people will see this and give you a call and want to join the Michelle Gibson team. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, Donnie. Take care.